I didn't go up for makeup. Oh, gosh.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mary Ann. Oh, happy birthday to you.
And that's what's new. That's what's new tonight.
Thank you.
So,
Mary Ann's 60 years old.
Yeah. I'm lying too.
and tonight our show, we have two very interesting gentlemen. And ours is going to introduce them, and they're going to tell us what's new.
Okay. First off, we have Chip Marzuko, and he's going to talk about the Spring for Down syndrome, and he'll tell you all about it. Chip,
Alrighty.
are you ready?
Thanks, Iris. I guess here. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, Spring for Down Syndrome is a fundraiser to raise money for people with Down syndrome. My son, Andrew, is 9 years old now, and he was born with Down syndrome. And since then, we've been always involved in the St. Louis Association for Downs. We raise money to help other people that has Downs and make a fun day of it. It's actually Saturday, June 2nd. Okay, Saturday, June 2nd, not this weekend, the following. It's going to be our third annual. And knock on wood, hopefully this year we're going to have a nice day of weather instead of rain and cold weather like we have been.
Were you going to knock on my head?
She did. Oh.
It's kind of rude.
The day starts out, it's actually a full day of events, and if you guys want me to quit talking, you just tell me. Because the day starts off at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. for everybody that's a bicycle enthusiast. We've got a 2-mile fun ride for the kids, which goes from the Casey Hall down through historic St. John up to the river and back. Then we've got a 10-mile, a 25, and a 50-mile ride.
Who rides the 50?
There's actually a lot of guys, like Jim Dunsey and Mike Lurk, Gary Stolzer. Gary Stolzer and Andrea.
The sheriff does it?
He's going to this year. He's signed up and he's ready to go. There's actually, we've got close to 60 people signed up this year, and about 10 to 15 of them's doing the 50-mile. The rest are doing the 25. It's amazing, yeah.
25, nobody's doing the short ones?
Well, there's a couple families that's actually got the short run, and it works out good even with kids with training wheels, because they take off from here, and we actually got a gator that goes with them, and if one of the kids that can't make it that far, they actually can put them in the gator and bring them back.
Okay.
So it works out real
I
nice.
know a couple guys who could probably do the 50. Jim Baker is a bike rider, and so is Al Kaiser.
You know, we do have those big 3-wheeled bicycles,
Oh, I could ride one of those.
and you guys could all join in on the 2-mile bike ride. How about that?
You know, Chip, you told me to be nice to you, so let's try it the other way.
No, it's just 2 miles. It's all level ground, and it is a tricycle, but it's a big tricycle.
It's a big one.
Okay. Iris will do it if you'll do it.
Sure.
Make sure we got this on tape.
Oh,
Oh gosh! When we kick them off, get them rolling, I guess you'd say, we kick them out on the road. We actually turn into about 10 o'clock. The antique tractors start showing up. Last year we had over 40 of them. This year we're expecting more. And what happens with the antique tractor show, it's amazing to me because I've got a tractor. It's not something that I would ride all the way from Ozora, Zell, Bloomsdale. But these guys actually ride their tractors from their home to town, show them off here. Then at about 1:30, we do a ride. And it's kind of unique because we go from the Casey Hall again. We actually go by all of the rest homes. And we actually, at each rest home, is a poker stop so that we can pick up a poker card. So we have a poker room. But at all these rest homes, the people that actually rode these and made their livelihood on these tractors actually are at these rest homes. So really,
the residents of the rest home?
yeah, they actually bring them out of the rest home and let them see and watch the tractors come by. They don't get on there and ride.
Oh, okay.
But you know, we do have a wagon, though. We can actually put you guys on there, and you can go for a ride for that too.
We're just getting all kind of offers.
Which one are we going to take?
That would be a little bit easier than a bicycle ride. That's for sure. That's
I'm
for
not
sure.
ashamed for the bicycle.
Well, along with the Antique Tractor Show, Parade, and Poker Run, Chris and Linda Kurtz brings their World War II paraphernalia. And when I say,
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it's not just the clothing, the helmet, the gun. It's actually could be a tank, could be a duck, could be. They've got all these unique, and they are immaculate. They're back to original, so they'll have their items down there. We do have other people that, and I kind of open it up. The tractor. This is actually about the tractors, but I've got the last weekend was the car show, which I thought was a great success. And I got some people that wanted to come in and they drive their cars. They said, "Would you mind?" I said, "If you want to park it on the KC All grounds, come in and have a good chicken dinner and let your car show off while you're there. That's great." It's not basically a car show, but if you got something that you want to bring in and show off, like yourself, you can just come over. I know, Marianne, I'm going to get hit yet tonight.
Marianne on the KC ground.
Yeah, parking out there.
She uses clowns and bounce house.
Okay, then 11 o'clock, oddly enough, is when the clowns and bounce houses and stuff all start up. We actually start at 11 with more of the family-oriented, getting everybody there and start rolling. Because the chicken dinner, the KC's has a chicken dinner with all the fixings, liver dumplings and everything, and that goes from 11 till 7. Last year we did 628 chicken dinners. So, we've got a ton of food for people there. We do have 3 different organizations with Bounce House that's coming in and bringing in some activities for the kids to play on. The KC's has got their clowns. They'll be doing balloons. They'll be doing face painting. They got some puppets and stuff that they carry on with. We do have the normal, everyday, good old hamburger, hot dog, funnel cake, popcorn, all of that, all sold on the outside. The KC's, if it's a hot day, of course, it's all indoors. You can go in and have the chicken dinner and all the fixings inside. Couple other things I think is really unique, and I pat the sheriff on the back end, the sheriff department, on what they do. They're actually bringing their fingerprinting down, and they've done this every year so far. And if you don't have a person or a child that has a disability, you won't actually sit back and think this is something great. But my son, he loves everybody, comes up to anybody. Communication-wise, he can't get across like the telephone number and all that, and I'm always afraid, and other people are afraid too, that they might be able to be picked up. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble now?
I can't believe we got.
Hello there. Thanks for calling. What's new? You have a question?
No, actually, I have a surprise. Is Marianne available, Mary Law?
Oh, sure. There she is. You got her.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday.
Woo!
Yay! 60 years old.
Thank you. This is coming from College, South Carolina.
Thank you.
You're making her cry.
And when I get off at midnight tonight, I can go home and watch the rerun of your face at 1 o'clock.
That's good.
I
Love you too.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Thank you. Oh, crazy kids.
Well, that's great.
I guess she's gone.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Well, congratulations again, Marianne.
That's a daughter-in-law.
No, that's her daughter. That's Kathy.
Oh, that was Kathy. Oh, okay.
And from where? South Carolina?
Conway, South Carolina.
Wow. You guys do get out there to everywhere.
Her voice isn't squeaky like it used to be.
No, I guess the Navy did that for her.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, Chip, let's hear some more.
Well, on the sheriff department, what they do is they actually come down, they'll fingerprint and videotape your spouse, or your spouse, I'm sorry, your child. Don't want to say your spouse.
Oh, you're right. That's
I'm
all
in
right.
trouble.
Chip just got skillet-headed.
Skill.
Yeah, whap with the skillet.
Oh, gosh. But what they do is they actually videotape and talk to your sibling and ask them questions. Then you actually know how they talk, what they look like. And you need to do it every so often, because I know we've done it 2 years, or not last year, but the year before. And, of course, we got to do it now because all our kids have grown up. So it's ideal because they don't keep it in their record. They give you a CD that has all this information on it, and then you keep it. So if something unforeseen happens, boom, you got
You
something.
got it,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is great, which is a really good thing. And they do all that for free. I don't know if you know Chikowski, the conservation department. He's going to be there with all kinds of wild animals, and you'll be able to hold them, talk to them about it, and see what's going on there. Heard through the grapevine that Smokey the Bear is supposed to be showing up for part of the day, so he'll be down there. We do have wine and cheese tasting for the ladies, so that the ladies could be doing the wine and cheese, and the guys could be doing the horseshoes and the tractors. So, and then you put the kids on the bouncy houses, unless other kids want to go on the bouncy houses. And there you go. The fire department's got involved too, which is really neat, because they're actually going to bring down the smokehouse if weather prohibits. The last 2 years with the rain, they had to just bring down some fire trucks and that's it. But they're going to bring down the smokehouse and actually physically show people, and especially we have a lot of people with a disability that comes to this function, show them how and what to look for, which I think is just another free, tremendous thing that they do. A couple other things we got going on then, about 11 o'clock. I don't know if you know the SEMO Sundancers. There's numerous people from St. Genevieve that goes to SEMO College. This is the Sundancers, which is their pom-pom.
Pom-pom girls.
There you go. See, you could be one of them.
She was one time.
But they're going to be there performing, or actually signing autographs and performing. See, it would be a great day for you, Marianne. You could go up there and perform with them.
It's too bad I'm going to be in the city.
Oh, shucks. Along with that time, the horseshoe tournament gets lined up and going. And then now you can even get up there and dance with the Rams cheerleaders, because they're going to show up from 1 to 3 o'clock. And then good old Stormy Crawford, you know, good old Stormy.
There with his birds.
Birds, snakes, and who knows what else he might bring. And then, yeah, good old Fredbird's going to come down from 4 to 5. And all these things that I'm talking about here that you're going to be able to see there is actually 100% free. We actually would like you guys to make a donation if you want to come and hang out with Fredbird or take pictures with any of them. You can get autographs from any of the people that's there. We hope that you come and spend some money on the food and activities so you can enjoy that. The La Premiere Chanteurs is going to be there then from 6 to 7. And then, of course, 8 o'clock till midnight, we've got a dance that goes on. And I don't know if you know of Alan Hook and Gene Meyer and all them from the Zell area and stuff. They're all going to play music that night. Real good band and a lot of fun.
Now, which Alan Hook? There's about a dozen of them, isn't there?
Quentin Hook's son.
The one that works out the lumber yard?
Works out the lumber yard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
They used to be my meat butcher man, right?
Years
Yeah.
ago, he was.
Okay.
He was your meat man?
He was my butcher man,
Oh.
yes. He made good sausage. Didn't you, Alan?
Hope you're watching, Alan. She's bragging about you.
Yeah.
A couple other things that you guys chime in if you got questions or anything, but a couple other things we've got going on too, and we are still open for this. We started out the first year, we didn't even ask for anything for a silent auction, and we ended up like 20 to 30 baskets. Last year we had a tremendous amount, and we have a silent auction going on throughout the day. We have a big tent, and you can buy an arm's length for $10, and you can put your tickets to all the different items you've got there. We've got like a child's picnic table. We've got like the lumber yards bringing in this large tent device that's set up for barbecue, and it's got shelves and stuff all built in it that you can actually put your barbecue set up underneath of it. And we're raffling it all off. I mean, all you got to do is come in and buy some tickets and walk through and drop them into the right places that you want to go. And at about midnight on June 2nd, is we'll pick the raffle and stuff. We also are selling raffle tickets for 55-inch flat screen along with Cardinal tickets and a steamed microwave. It's a new thing that's out now. One of our suppliers helped us out with. So we'll have that. And a unique, something that I really push for, and I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have a child that has a disability. And when I say fortunate enough, because he brings so much total joy. Yeah, he's always happy. He's just a godsend. But a lot of people with Down syndrome or any other disability don't know who to talk to. And that's one thing we wanted to open this up with. When we first started this, we told people, and physically I can't go out and solicit people with Down syndrome. We have to do the word of mouth. And I had so many families come up to me that day and congratulated and thanked us for what they did, because they didn't know. Down syndrome children, just like anybody with a disability, might do things differently. They might not get potty trained till they're X amount of years. They might not walk till X amount of years. Well, we've got 2 young ladies there that's part of the St. John County Board for the Developmentally Disabled. If you can say that all, can you do that one?
I can do it.
Oh, you can? Good. But they are there, and they're there to help you guys. They'll be there all day. They'll have information on any kind of disability. They're there to help anybody with Down syndrome, but any kind of developmentally disabled person or anybody with any kind of help that they need, they're there to talk to you about it. And there is funding, and there's ways that if you can't afford it, or if you got a child that has a disability, and I know it's stressful at times, talk to them. There is money out there that we could possibly get you some help to give you guys a break, which is, what it's all about. They're great people to be around, because like we're involved with the Challenger basketball. We had 24 people with disabilities playing that. Now we got 68 playing Challenger baseball, which if you want to see something great, it is the grins on these kids and grown-ups faces whenever they're out down there having a blast like that. It's neat. It really is. But it is
people come from all over a wide area.
Oh, yes. The Challenger baseball and basketball, we had people come as far as the southern part of Perry County. Now, the Down Syndrome Day, we've had people that came 2.5 hours to come to St. John for that day. And we've been getting a hold of more and more organizations, like Cape's got a chapter of the Down syndrome. So of course, St. Louis has got a chapter for Down syndrome. And it's just neat to see all these people come together, because there's a family up in Bloomsdale. They've got a young child and had Down syndrome. We were fortunate, because when we had a child, our twins, we had to be in St. Louis. We had doctors and stuff there, and whenever Andrew was born, they knew what to do exactly. And they kind of tied us into the St. Louis Association for Down syndrome. And it was a blessing, because they could tell us who, what, how, what to expect. Well, these young family didn't have no clue.
No.
So we kind of tied them into the right people and showed them what to do or what not to do. And it was just so neat, because now they're involved in it. They come and help. And then on, I think it's sometime in September, it's called Walk in the Park. It's up in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
We've got, I think there was over 4,000 people that participated last year on the Walk in the Park with Down syndrome. And they go down on the field and get to walk down on the field. And then the people that raise the most money to help Down syndrome get to participate with opening ceremonies. So Andrew was fortunate enough to be involved in that last year. We got to meet Adam Wainwright, if I can speak that one out, this past year, and get to hang out with him for a while. And it's just a great, great thing.
I've been involved with Down syndrome for years. My first cousin had it 60 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And when he was born, the life expectancy for Randy was 15 years old. That's what they told him he would live to be. And he's going to be 60 years old in, I guess, in maybe 2 years.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing what they can do, because whenever we first was told by the doctor and the nurse up there, they said it was a form of mongoloidism.
Yes.
Okay, years ago, my mom's twin sister had a child that has a problem, and at that time, unfortunately, they didn't know what to do with them. So they kind of, I don't want to say, but kind of put them in a closet or kept them,
They didn't
out of the line.
nobody to know it.
Correct. And what's odd, he was even a doctor, and he did this. So you kind of wonder.
Oh, no.
All right, can we sing Happy Birthday again?
Good evening. Welcome to What's New. Do you have a question?
You see, we just wanted to say happy birthday to our very lovely grandma.
Oh, my God. We should have moved this along. Thank you.
Just wait till the cake rolls in and somebody jumps out of it.
Holy. We should have done this another night.
Oh, gosh.
I apologize.
No, this is
Would you be
great.
so kind as to tell us why you have, are these gifts for us, or?
Well, you told me whenever we talked I should bring some props because I didn't know what was going on. So this is just a makeup of Fred Bird. Whoops, that's going to be there. That's a makeup of the Rams cheerleaders, which of
No,
course
that's
they're a
not
lot
the
better.
way-
You can turn
That's,
him around.
that's not the way the Rams cheerleaders look
Oh, they're
when
not?
I look at them.
Oh.
That's a hairy
No, I
one.
got their picture. Yeah, he's got your orange.
Jim, would you mind holding that cheerleader up? Does that look like a Rams cheerleader? Sorry, guys.
Okay, the sweatshirt.
The sweatshirt is
There you
good.
go. There you go.
Well, I don't see any sweatshirts either.
They bear it all.
Yeah.
These
They
are.
bear it all.
Oh, there you go. Poor Mary.
I know.
When you're selling an auction, is there, what do you want people to donate? Anything, or what is it? Is there
We've
certain
got-
things?
Actually, we've got people going from as simple as a $10 gift card from their business to, say, a wall-hung quilt rack,
Okay.
to the, what do you call it, the picnic table, or that big tent item. What we're doing is, if we get a bunch, and we do have a bunch of the gift cards, we're going to make a gift card tree. So, you can come out and say, okay, look at this. There's 8 restaurants in St. Genevieve that I can go out to eat for next 8 nights for free if I just put my card in here. Or, I just got something from a company in town here that built it's a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a, what did you guys used to have that you used to put all your hope stuff in? A hope chest, a baby hope chest. There you go. But it's a
See your chest?
there you go, like a cedar chest. What?
Chest?
Yeah, I hope that, you're hoping someday you'll get married.
Oh, is that what it is? But we got a version of that too. So, I mean, truthfully,
Just anything.
anything. And
Anything they wouldn't like, that they feel.
correct.
Okay.
And we were, with this TV raffle, it's kind of unique too. We're sitting out at Country Mart today selling raffle tickets for it. And we had numerous people that came in and actually said, you know what, you don't need me to put this, but here's $10. And, I mean, that's St. Genevieve for you, though. St. Genevieve, they do a tremendous job of giving. Because the biggest percentage of the food is donated that's going on. The KC's all donating their time and effort.
And I see where the Western Catholic Union's gonna match you too. That's
Yep.
always the plus.
Oh, it is. It really is. It's all a great
But they
thing.
don't really match, they do 5.
I think it is. I think that's what
I
it
don't
is.
think people realize how much Western Catholic Union does.
No,
They
they
do
do
a lot.
a very
They
a
do a
lot.
lot.
Yep, you sure do.
I know
That's
they
it.
do our sodality tickets too.
That's great.
And a lot of things. at
So
school.
this is all gonna take place on June the 2nd.
Yep, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Knights of Columbus Hall here in St. Gen, and please come down and spend the whole day. And bring all the kids. I mean, it's a lot of fun for all the kids. I mean,
And
of all
good
ages.
food.
Tremendous
You don't
food.
have to cook, Mom. Have them go get your meal.
It's Dad's cook day.
Your dad will go buy it.
That's when they cook, when they buy it.
Oh, gosh.
That's great. That is really super.
Got some more, or you got it covered, or you can talk some more?
Well, I'm looking at my notes here to see if I've got any good information for you young ladies, to see what we can come up with.
Yeah. He's really trying to smooth it over.
I'm trying to. I dug myself in a hole whenever I came in here and started giving you guys trouble.
You're almost out of the hole.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, we'll let Jim talk for a
Yeah.
while. Jim Baker's going
So-
to talk about the Valley House blog. Say it, I can't say it. I'm not a French person. Can't speak it.
Well, it's part of the French Heritage Weekend that we have in June, and this year it's on June the 9th.
Yeah, your
Uh-oh.
speaker's
No,
leaning.
they need to move the camera over too.
Okay, there you go.
We need to get Jim a
Yeah.
speaker up there. There you go.
Can you?
Okay.
Now you can talk a little louder.
We're
Yeah.
not bossy.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get you recognized.
Thank you, Mary.
Stand up, Jim. Turn around.
Stand
He's
up.
getting cut off. Come on, Don.
He'll put his it back on.
You got Jim cut off.
Okay, just talk, Jim.
He's got a plan. He don't
Now
nobody
you-
see him
now
down
you
there.
scared me.
No, we're not gonna scare you.
This is an event that we've had at the Felix Valley House for years and years and years, probably 20 years or so. And it's called the Vieille. And
VA.
Vieille, it's an old French term. And a lot of times, the French would gather together for kind of social activities and evenings in the evening. And they would go to somebody's house and have have dancing, storytelling, refreshments, and it's just a social gathering. And that was the term that the French used, especially over in Old Mines, for these gatherings. It was in the summertime, it's a perfect time to get together with your friends or relatives and sit around in the evening, and that's what the French did too. So we started the event at the Felix Valley House to kind of recreate one of those summer gatherings. And this year it's going to be on June the 9th, so it's the weekend after Chip's event, so you don't have to miss either one. You can go to both. And the French Heritage Festival is going on during the day in town. And then our event at the Felix Valley House is going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. on that Saturday evening.
We came one time and my husband even enjoyed it.
Wonderful.
Is this when they dance out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we have. In addition, the house is open. The Felix Valley House will be open for tours, and it's a kind of a nice evening because it's open by candlelight. So the house is all going to be lit by candles on the first floor, which is nice. Gets a little dark, and you get a whole nother
Then you can grab
ambiance
your
and
honey.
feeling in the house. And so it's a candlelight tour. But then as part of the event, we also have some French folk tales. And in the area called Old Mines, west of us in the mining district, the French language held on for many, many years into the 1900s because it was kind of an isolated small community. And in the 1960s, I believe, a lady named Rosemary Hyde Thomas felt it was very important to document the folk tales that she heard being told over there in French. And so she did a big study of that, made recordings, but she also published a book which has the folk tales in French. They're also translated into English. And so as part of our celebration, we always tell some of the French folk tales
Oh, that's
from
neat.
there. And these are stories that parts of them you recognize, like Old Man Lefebvre is about somebody who's out with a magic bean. Sound a little familiar?
Yeah.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk. But then there are tales for kids too, called Little John and His Animals, where he goes out and gets a trail of animals, and then in the middle of the night he finds a sack full of gold, meets up with some robbers, and gets into real trouble. So there are crazy stories, but those are all part of those French folk tales that in the days before television and radio and all those things, most people couldn't read. The folk tales were really part of the entertainment. And it was a story that was told over and over and over, and then the next generation told that very same story to their children. It just carried on through over
And then
hundreds of
each
years.
time it got a little bit more far-fetched.
Yes, a little bit more exciting, that's
Add
right.
more to it.
Yes, and a little more.
So we always tell some folk tales at the Veillée, but then one of the other things we do is to have these dancing demonstrations. And we have a little dance group of employees and volunteers at the Felix Valley House, and the French name for the dance group is Les Pieds Gauches, which in French means the left feet. So all of us have two left feet in our dance group. But we do some of the very ancient French folk dances that you would have seen in some of the old villages in France. And so we start off and do several different French folk dances, and those are always fun. We have eight of the dancers who are part of the group, and we've been dancing together for a long time. And it's a lot of fun, and sometimes we step on the wrong foot, and sometimes
I
we...
know, I see poor Mickey Ketting walking around with her feet all bandaged up.
The dance practices can be rough for that
I
group.
think she said she was dancing with you.
No. That's Jack kidding. So, I'm not guilty on that charge.
Okay.
But that's fun. And then we also have another treat, and it's a group that we've had for a number of years come as visiting dancers during the event. And it's a group called Dance Discovery from St. Louis. And this is a group of wonderful dancers, and they're in costume as well, and they do dances from the time of Lewis and Clark, right around 1800, 1804. So they do some American dances, like the Virginia Reel. They also do some English country dances, which are line dances or round dances that have, have very interesting movements. And so if you've seen movies like the series of movies with the Merchant Ivory producers, they do these country line dances in these movies, and it's the same kind of dancing. It's really fun to watch. They're very lively, and they're excellent dancers. So the two kind of groups play off each other, and as a special treat, when they're finished, they oftentimes invite the visitors, there are guests that evening, to come and dance with them. So you actually can come to the event, watch us dance, and then learn one of the dances as well. So it's kind of a fun thing. We have great refreshments. We have kind of herbal refreshments, some French cookies, lemonade traditionally, and we all serve that on the back porch of the Felix Valley House for the evening. And the good news is it's all free. So just come and enjoy the event, and bring a chair, bring your own chair, and relax and have a nice time. And that's the evening event on the 9th of June. During the day, we also have another special visitor to the site, whose name is John Elick, and he'll be there from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock during the day, and he's going to be doing a demonstration of marbling paper. Have you guys ever heard of that? You know, if you look at a lot of old books and you open up to see the end pages, they're not just plain white, they have this fantastic kind of swirls on there, and it's very colorful, and they're beautifully done. Those are handmade marbled paper, and it's a process that he'll be able to explain much better than I can, but they actually have the paper in water, and he pours some kind of ink on top of the water, and because of the difference, it floats. And he uses two combs and different tools to swirl those patterns together, and then he actually lifts the paper up through the water and through the ink, and that's how the ink gets deposited in that pattern on the paper. It's a very, very old process that's used to do that, and it's one of these ancient arts that people still practice today, and he's kind enough to come and do a demonstration of how that marbling occurs. He actually also makes his own paper too, so that's another very ancient kind of art
What time is
craft.
this going to be?
That'll be from 12 to 4 p.m. on the same day, June 9th, which is the day of the French Festival. There are going to be a lot of other activities going on in town as part of the French Festival, music and entertainment, things like that go on during the day. These are activities that I've described that are just going to happen at the Felix Valley House.
Now, you said he makes his own paper. Does he cut the tree down and everything?
I don't know that he cuts the tree down, Marianne, but a lot of early paper actually has a high, what they call a rag content. So the paper is made up of fabric that's mushed together and ground up that is added with paper pulp that makes a very durable paper.
Something like they did put this filling in when they made log houses, they would.
Well, no, I'd say that's much thicker. This is a material that is thin, and then it also is based in water, and it's like a soupy mix, and then it's lifted out of the water on like a screen, and then pressed and dried and pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed until you create a sheet of paper. It's going to be, it's going to be a lot heavier than typing paper.
What our paper
Right.
is.
Exactly, ours is mass manufactured.
Watercolor.
But yeah, exactly. That's the style of paper from the very ancient times, and originally, centuries ago, paper was made with papyrus too, which is a plant material that actually was formed into paper as well. So paper making is very, very old art, and it's something that most people don't do today. Obviously, when you need paper for your copy machine or your computer, you don't run home and make it yourself.
Waste paper.
We do.
That's what we do now.
So,
Waste.
so this is a wonderful way, people get to see one of these lost arts, being practiced, and it's people like
Is he gonna make
John.
the paper there too, or just do the marbling?
I know he's going to do the marbling demonstrations, but I think I've seen him before, and I believe he does do a demonstration on how to create paper too. And certainly you'll see examples of the kind of paper that he
That
makes.
he's using.
He also sells some of these products too. So people, if you have a chance, you can buy a sheet of paper that you can see him do, or, things like bookmarks and items like that, which would be a nice way. And that,
neat.
the marbling is really very artistic, and in the way the colors are placed, and the decoration in the sense that how he swirls the water creates all these movement in the color as well. So
That's
it
interesting.
should be a nice evening, and especially to see our dance demonstrations. You'll get a kick out of that too.
And this is on June the 9th, and everything's free.
June the 9th, come in the afternoon to see John. That would be free, and the evening event and the tour of the Felix Valley House
And
is
you
free
even
from
get
7 to
food,
9. And you
free.
get free food. It's
Boy.
not such a bad deal.
Nope.
So we'll expect Marianne, and if Marianne Otto would care to, we could have a special dance demonstration that she could be part of as well.
All right.
Maybe she could pick up a few pointers from the dancers the week before.
Yeah, probably
you
could
go.
from the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I have so many friends that help me be entertained at all times.
We're just trying to help, Marianne.
I know. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to call us.
Or sing happy birthday, Mary.
You can call 883-7675 and we'll answer any questions. And anyone that says that they have nothing to do in St. Genevieve, I don't know what they're listening to.
Me either, because almost every
Because
weekend
there's
we have
something
something.
every weekend that you can do in St. Genevieve.
That's true.
That's great.
Now, is the Friends Festival going to have a gumbo cook-off again? Or did you hear anything?
I am really not involved in the planning of the French festival
I
I was
this year.
just wondering if
I heard that it's kind of iffy about the
the gumbo.
gumbo thing.
Maybe somebody from the French festival could give us a call.
That would be
Or come
good.
next week
Yeah.
to tell us what's going to happen in the events or in and around town.
Isn't there something down on the Moses Austin ground this weekend too? Is that reenactment this weekend, or
Is
is
that
it?
this weekend?
Or not this weekend, June 2nd. I'm
Second.
sorry, June 2nd, maybe the same weekend as our.
I don't know, I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard. I thought that's what I heard, which would be
Since-
another fun
Since
thing.
I'm retired, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a difference on it.
We have to bring you out of retirement.
No,
Yeah.
that's quite all right.
If I
If
can come out
anybody's
3
out
times,
there
that'd
that's
be
on
good.
the French Festival Committee and you want to give us a call and tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on, that would be great.
I know they're planning on a couple of musical events. Cousin Curtis and Cash Rebates are going to play, I believe, on that weekend, as well as a group called the Poor People of Paris, which is a singing kind of group.
Didn't the poor people of Paris used to play for the King's Ball?
No, that's Cousin Curtis
Oh,
and the
okay.
Cash Rebates.
Okay.
They played for the King's Ball for
Yes.
years and years and years. They're very popular. They do kind of old-fashioned music and dance music and different things like that. They're a really great group.
It might have been Jure de Fête that the other one played at.
Sure, they're generally here for
Yeah.
Jour de Fête, and they've played for the French Festival year after year down
Oh,
here as well,
okay.
too. So you might have seen them.
Yeah.
They do music that would be more Parisian kind of music you would have heard in some of the not the bars,
Like April
but
in Paris.
things like that.
That's it, Iris.
That's an
They
old
play,
world.
Yeah.
songs by Edith Piaf and these French women who were famous singers in their day. Things from the early 1900s.
It
Well,
sounds-
our phone's not ringing. No
Uh-oh.
one's calling Mary Ann and wishing her happy birthday, or
Nobody's told us about
nobody's calling,
the French Festival.
yeah, nobody's calling
French
Jim.
festival.
Nobody's
Calling Chip.
calling Chip.
Well, I got some more ideas for you then too, if you
Okay,
don't
that's
mind.
Good.
Just a couple different things. Again, like Jim was saying, on their weekend, June 2nd, of course, is this weekend. It is a big percentage free. I mean, you can actually bring your kids down there, and if you just want to hang out and see the cheerleaders or Fred Bird or everything, it is free on that end of it. We still, and actually you can sign up all the way till the day, Saturday at 9 o'clock if you guys want to go on that bike ride. You can,
If
we're,
you turn it just on that 3-wheeler, you
Yeah.
know it.
So we're not going to turn anybody down on that. And if you don't have a three-wheeled bicycle, we will bring one for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
I think that would be
Do you
good.
have one where we all three can ride at the same time, one in the back?
Mary Ann, don't give me an idea.
We might have to work on it. We get a bicycle.
Bicycle for three.
Trying to get a bike
People might
gosh.
pay to see that.
That could be. That would be a good fundraiser.
Well, that would be an oddity. That's three on a bicycle.
I know the tractor club, actually, if you don't want to drive your tractor in, of course, you can haul them in, and we've got the okay to actually, if you want to park at the old Built Best location up the street and unload up there, there's plenty of room for big trucks to unload your rigs. And some of the people do actually bring trailers, so you can go on the poker run and ride past the rest homes. Not saying you have to, but we're trying to make it fun for everybody. But, you know,
Well, we could dig out our pilgrim outfits that we used to have. We used to be room mothers together and I.
You're digging the hole deeper.
But I did mention that it's Cave Winery that's bringing the wine in.
Oh, is
Okay,
it?
yeah, so it's a great wine, and Beijing Cheese usually brings in cheese for cheese tasting, so
Goat
it's
cheese.
a tremendous time if you can sit back and eat some cheese and drink some wine, and then Stormy can bring a snake over and
No, I'm not, yes.
Anything would go around.
Oh my God, you would see me flying hoops. That would be one time I'd probably ride a bicycle. Speed bumps, because
We
I'm
went out
terrified
to
of them.
the goat farm, the women's club from
Oh,
here in town
mhm.
did, I'm thinking it was in April, I think. And that is something to see.
I bet it
it's
It
unique.
is.
We do a lot of work out there for them, and it's hard to believe what they do to make
And those
cheese.
goats, they just come up to you and you can pet them and, you know,
There was a thing on television last night where they climbed trees.
a goat.
The goats were up in the trees
Yeah.
eating the leaves. I don't remember what country it was in, but they
That's
were the
after you
only-
drink the wine, of course.
It was the only country that grows this type of tree. And the goats were up in the limbs, actually, crawling up these trees, sitting up there, eating the leaves off of
Ours, were you waiting when you watched
them.
it?
It was one of those documentary
Oh,
things.
okay.
Mhm. Along with that day, I mean, if you just want to get out and you want to donate some time, we are always open for people to come over. We can always find something for everybody to do. I do have a little challenge for you, young ladies, so if you want to. I
Oh,
mean,
boy.
couldn't we have Marianne and Iris?
Okay, what's the challenge?
Okay, we've got, well, we can actually, Jim, we can make this a good challenge because we can actually start out, they can do 3 or 4 different things at our function on June 2nd, and then they can come to your function, top it off. Because you,
Chips!
but it's true. Okay, we got the SEMO Sun Dancers. If you don't want to try to compete against them, you can go against the Rams cheerleaders. You know, if you don't want to go ahead and compete against them, you know, you can always sit back and sing with the La Permis Chanteurs. So see, you can do one of the 3.
Boy, am I glad I'm gonna be gone.
Oh, come on. We can actually pay for you to stay, probably.
Yeah, well,
I think the town of St. Genevieve might pay to have you stay. We can start off with the 9 o'clock 3-wheeled bicycle race just for you 3. And then, Jim, you're going to teach them how to dance with
Yeah, we'll
both
teach
left
you to
feet.
dance too.
It would be a
from
terrific.
now on, when we have guests, would you give me the list first so I can go through them? So, let's round this out. June 2nd is the Down Syndrome, Spring for Down Syndrome. And it'll be at the KC Hall, and that's June the 2nd.
June the 2nd, not this weekend, the
The
following.
following weekend. And then on June the 9th, we're gonna go down to the Felix Valley House.
Right. For the French
For the
veillée. Veillée.
And we're gonna get free food on the porch and dancing in the yard.
You bet. Folk tales, you
Yes.
name it.
And listen to
So
stories.
if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to call us now because Don's going to be taking us off the air pretty soon.
And the two gentlemen are here to answer your questions.
And our next live show will not be in 2 weeks. Don has another commitment, and we don't have, excuse me, we don't have a volunteer
That will
that's trained
man-
enough yet. So our live show will be June the 27th. And I can't believe it's been a year since we've been on here.
It's been a whole year. We're going to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
birthday cake.
Let's bring the birthday cake next
We
time.
started in the middle of June
That's
last year.
right, we did.
True.
Has it really been a year?
Yeah, and they haven't kicked us off the air yet.
We're doing pretty good then. We're still here. They're allowing us.
Oh,
You got some young guys working for you too, huh? Jason and Mike Hoover?
Mhm.
That's great.
Yep. We've got a really great crew because the guys that's doing the horseshoes
Chris Drury.
tournament and stuff, basically they are in the horseshoe league. They take care of that. Chris Drury and Jim Dunsey and them take care of the bicycle, which is tremendous. The antique tractors is by Brian Nager and a couple other people on the antique tractor club. So it's really a lot of fun. And one thing that's kind of unique, if you look on that flyer for the antique tractors, we have the Best of Show. Okay, the Best of Show is a trophy that we give out each year, and it's got a picture of Andrew, and it's about 4 foot tall on it. And it's not the best of show as per se, the prettiest and one that's never been drove or whatever. That gentleman there drove his tractor from Ozora in the rain, cold last year, and what they do is they have a bucket in front of their can, and whoever raises the most money for their tractor that day and donates it to the cause will win the
They get
trophy.
The best to show.
Right. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
kind of a unique thing. You
who
know.
won it last year?
I think it's Larry Giesler, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I
Yep.
don't recognize them.
I saw that tractor go by the house.
Did you?
Yeah, I can sit on my front porch and watch all of them.
You know,
Oh, we got one something like that at home.
well, there you go, Iris. You can drive it down,
Oh,
and actually, we
I
can
don't
put a
think
wagon
And I'll
behind
get
it
a little cart behind it.
with Marianne and Marianne.
Ours, the guy, or
That would work.
That's all we need.
Oh, that would be a heck of a ride.
You're right.
Oh,
You can be the driver.
oh, Lord.
Don't you miss being involved in all the city stuff, Marianne? You don't get to have all this fun no more.
I'll get that fun.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Marianne always has fun.
I have fun.
No
That
matter
is.
what, no matter when, no matter where.
That is
Well, I
great.
think this is really a good thing, this Down syndrome. Lots of activities for everyone.
Yep. We try to make it as well-rounded for all the family as possible. I mean, we don't want to leave out anybody for anything, if you know what I mean.
I remember when you did the first one. You bugged me and bugged me and bugged me,
Yeah,
right?
you did, and you sold a lot of raffle
I
tickets,
said-
and
Mary
you
Ann
spread
is
the word
good at
around.
spelling. You know what else we got? We got cow chip tickets.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my
God. Anybody
If
want cow
anyone
chip
wants
tickets?
cow chip tickets, just get a hold of us or come out to Country Mart.
Yep, Mary Ann's
Because
got them, I've got them.
we got them,
Yeah,
and
we-
that is what's fun, is trying to sell cow chip
Now-
tickets to people who are not from St. Genevieve. They have no idea what I'm even talking about,
Well, tell us what you're talking about. I'd like to hear how you explain
You
what a
don't
cow
know.
chip.
okay?
You
They
know,
go
Jim.
out and they have a grid and they mark it off on the field. And they put a number in each one of those, and they only sell so many tickets.
Right. So
And
many for
then they
Saturday
keep
and so many
old
for
Betsy
Sunday.
in the back.
Betsy happens to be a cow.
Yes. And then she
Well, I
take,
hope so.
they take Betsy and they put her in this pen with this grid all marked off. And Betsy just walks around and walks around. And then when she gets ready to do her job,
What job's that?
to go potty,
Potty?
wherever she does, then they have a $300, $100, and $250.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Good
wherever,
prizes.
Or just guessing where the
Wherever
So
it lands.
Betsy's gonna
Yeah.
go.
Wherever the pie
then
lands.
that's the number who gets the money.
Wow.
And I belong to a group down at Cape Girardeau, and a lot of them are from the college. And when I asked a couple professors if they wanted a cow chip, they just looked at me, and they said, we're not even going to ask Marion what it is because we have a feeling you will tell us. But they took a chance, and I was hoping that one of them would win, and he'd have to explain how
How they won.
he won this money. But it's so much fun. It really is.
Yeah, so come up to the fair and watch it, and the tickets are $5 and 6 for.
6 for,
5 for
5
6
times
for
25.
yeah,
That was hard to figure
yeah,
out.
that's hard sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it gets really hard.
But that's another thing I'm involved in.
Selling cow chip tickets.
Yeah. So
So you can get these
And you can
tickets.
get these tickets, you can go right over to Marzuko Electric,
There you go.
and they'll be glad to sell you a whole book,
A book or 5 for $6.
or 2 books.
Or
for-
6.
No, it's
Five
for $5.
Whoops. There you go. 6 of them for 5. We're giving a good deal. Marion, you got me
5
all.
for $6.
There you go. 6 for 5, 5 for 6.
Okay, so just go over to Marzuko's, and when you go in, just say, we want some of them tickets that Marianne and Marianne was talking about.
There you go.
So,
We might even give you a discount.
he'll
As long as
probably-
Marianne pays for the discount. Marianne or Marianne.
So thank you, gentlemen, for being our guests tonight.
Yes, thank you very
And,
much. Yeah,
If
very
after
informative.
your programs are over and you want to come and tell us how everything worked out, feel free to give us a call, and you can come back and tell us what a good job we did and how many people showed up.
Terrific.
That'd
Thank
be
you
great.
very much for having us.
Well,
Yes.
we're glad you
Can
came.
you go
you,
back
thank
and
you.
tell her it wasn't radio show, you was on TV?
Yeah, make sure everybody
Donna,
knows Jim,
you just
you're,
don't know what the heck you talk about.
You missed out, honey, because you've been on,
A slip.
what do you call it, on the
Internet.
internet.
internet. So Jim, you're living where now? So this can be sent there?
In
Florida.
Miami.
Florida.
But he still calls St. Genevieve home.
That's true.
Well, that's good. Maybe not after tonight, but he
But
You
he
may have messed
probably
it up.
will. Won't you, Jim?
Sure, you bet, you bet.
St. Genevieve's a good home.
You have a few minutes if you have any calls for these gentlemen. The number's up there, 883-7675. You've got any questions? They're
Comments?
still here for a few minutes, so call us up.
Can we ask everybody if they got a 3-wheeled bicycle? Because I know I got 2, but I don't have 3.
Sure, go ahead.
Feel free.
Feel free, please call if anybody's got a large 3-wheeled bicycle. We need some.
A bicycle for 3.
Or a bicycle built for 3.
There you go.
That'd be better.
We might put training wheels on that then too. It'd be super long and. Come on, Marianne. Don't you want to stay in St. John that day? You know, we could probably make bets. We could probably collect money on seeing you guys ride a bicycle.
You probably could, and you probably make a lot of money on it too. But my little, my cousins, my kids' cousins would not enjoy me not showing up for graduation.
Right.
That's true.
Oh, you have graduation? at-
Yes, in St. Louis.
Oh, good.
So,
Now it's that time of
But if you
year.
rode into graduation on a 3-wheel
Yeah.
bicycle, that would make a bigger splash.
You
I
got-
think that's when my
Have
family
somebody-
would disown me.
They would say, we don't know that.
We don't know who she is. They've done that many times.
I was
son.
going to say, this wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, me either. I think they've disowned me a few times.
Oh, me too. And it doesn't really bother me, so.
Me either. I just tell them, that's your mother.
Yeah.
Live with it.
They don't ask
No,
who
they
you
don't.
want for a mother. They give them to you.
You gotta take what you get,
Yeah.
kids.
And you wouldn't be like you are without them.
That's right.
That's true.
That's right. I'm
Gotta
so
wanna-
glad you're doing this thing with the Down syndrome. Because
Well,
you know,
thank
when we started the workshop, there were so many people that did not know about mentally handicapped.
Correct.
And we
yes.
started that, and it's been going for 36 years.
And that's a tremendous thing. I mean, that's one reason why I got involved in the Senate Bill 40, because we help distribute the money from the government to help anybody out. And they need to be out there in with everybody else. They're just like the rest of us. I mean,
Right, they're
they-
so sweet. Their
Well,
eyes
like
have.
years ago, like you said, years ago, they were put in closets. They were never
They were,
out in the public.
all these.
No, they weren't. And you know, after our son was born, about 3 months after he was born, First Steps came out to the house, and they had him crawling. Our first times he was crawling, we were having him crawl up the steps. Oddly enough, you don't think crawling up steps. Down syndrome, their muscle tone's low, so they had
That's
us
right.
doing all kinds of different things. And Andrew runs, and he actually just got out of the Special Olympics and got first in the 50-meter run and first
Oh,
in the long
wonderful.
jump. And he wouldn't have none of that if we wouldn't have the
Oh,
great
yeah.
help from the
Yeah.
people in St. Gen, with First Steps, and now up at St. Gen, doing a tremendous job. He's in all his special needs classes. He actually takes about 60% special needs and 40% his normal classes, and they've got him throwing the baseball and jumping and walking on the balance beam, and it's great.
Great
And it's
things, yeah.
neat to have such a community that helps
Oh,
out
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Because everybody cares, and you don't get that in a lot of places.
I know we get tremendous support out there with the workshop, tremendous support.
Well, we even had some of them come out today selling raffle tickets, and you should have seen their faces. They were just ecstatic.
yeah.
Oh, I bet that
And-
was.
You know the ice plant that St. John
Oh,
Industries
yes.
done?
Mhm.
It
Oh, yeah.
is the best thing ever is to see those. They take turns, bringing different people out. Whenever it's their day to go in that ice
Oh,
truck,
they
oh
think
my
that's
gosh.
You
got it.
better,
Oh, yeah.
oh, they will come sick,
Oh,
I guarantee
you
you.
got it. And they're smiling from ear to ear, and they work their little tails off. There's a lady out there that is on the ice, the bagging part of that ice plant, and she can stack a pallet full of ice without a single bit of, there's no sides to it. There's a unique pattern of doing it. And I guarantee you bring any of us out there, and we couldn't even come close to it. She pops that thing together and done, and it's just perfect. And they do a tremendous job.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It's a great thing. And hopefully they're not going to cut the funding like you've heard in the past and different things, because we can't have
Oh,
that.
I'm telling you, I'm ready to go to bat for it, because
Yeah.
I've been on that board for 36 years. I helped start it.
That's
And
great.
I've been and I'm secretary. I've been secretary for 36 years.
He's got it right.
Yep,
Wednesday the
he's the
27th.
one who told me to say it.
Oh, okay.
So, what, he put the wrong date up there one
We
time?
didn't tell everybody goodbye. Woo.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we did.
Did
We
we?
thanked them all.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah, that's
did.
right.
We thank everybody. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys.
This
I
is
wanna
really
fill out
interesting. I'm looking forward to this.